Good morning, it's the Romany Rye. Well, it's 24 years ago today I left Cornwall to come to Exeter. And I'll tell you a little story. There's lots of stories to tell, but this one here. I got in with a mush. After I was up here for about 12 months, I got in with a mush. And this mush was proper flash. And had new Mercs, real big Kenner. And while I was doing a bit of work, I was in charge of a quarry. I had the quarry for myself. And that was down a place called Painting. And the council used to come in and tip their stuff every single day. Could be 20, 30 loads a day. Only small trucks of stone and earth and stuff like that. Now, a lot of painting is built with sandstone. Well, as the council was taking down sandstone walls, buildings, I was keeping this sandstone back. I thought somebody's going to want this sandstone in a minute. What I'm telling you now is more recent, so I can tell you exactly how it was. So I was speaking with my cousin Eddie, told him I had this sandstone. He said, yeah, must that somebody want that in a minute. Anyway, in pulls this mush this day with a Mercedes car, flash, with Armani shoes on and trousers and all like that. All right, mate, he said. I said, yeah, all right, mate. He said, I'm building a swimming pool at the side of my house. He said, and I want to make some Roman remains, like walkways and stuff like that. He said, and I want to do it in sandstone. All right, he said. So it goes over, looks at the job. He comes back, looks at the stone. He said, how much is this a ton? I said, delivered or collected? He said, well, can you deliver it? I said, yeah. I said, you can have it for £80 a ton. That's a bit steep, mate. I said, well, that's the price of it, mate. I said, I get people coming in here all day, every day, buying 2 and 3 bits, and I charge them 15, 20 quid. Well, he said, I'll take it all. Don't let nobody else have any more. I said, well, I don't know for that. I said, I got people coming in who started jobs who want to finish off. Anyway, I delivers the stone. And after a while, I got pally with this chavvy. And I was going down there doing a lot of work for him. And he bought a lot of other stone off me. 20 mil clean chippings and stuff like that. So this went on, I suppose, for 18 months, 2 years. And he was always paying. He'd run up a bill, a couple $3,000, and I'd send him the bill in. And he'd come down and pester him, Andy. No problem. There's 2 sides to this story. So, bearing in mind, when I come, I had Nixes. So I got myself a little transit truck together. And after about 12 months, I got myself a roll on, roll off, 7.5 tonner. So, a big development he was doing. Big development. 4 or 5 flats, a couple of free houses on a housing estate. So, he always used to get me to come round behind him and clean up because they couldn't be bothered. It didn't matter to Mandy at all because I used to put the bat of it right up. So I won't worry about that. So he was paying me and paying me. Then he rung me and my cousin Eddie up. You've got to come down and help me. He had a brand new digger, case, mini digger, 2.5 tonner or 2.7 ton. He said, I've put the scaffold pole right through the back of the digger. He said, I've cut my head open and I'm jammed in the cab. When I talked to Eddie, he'd tell you this is a true story. Gets down there, and the dopey idiot was working right beside the scaffold, swung round the gap, and the scaffold pole went straight behind his head in the cab. And anyway, we gets down there, sorts it out. So that was done. Now he dug the swimming pool and got the digger stuck in the pool, couldn't get out. So I had to go down and sort that out. Anyway, he was doing this big housing development. And I was down there for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. So they got me to clean up as they was finishing the kenners, clean them up, see. So I dropped the skip off, and I had nothing to do with loading it. He had 2 blokes working for him. They was both called Tony, as it was. Big Tony and Little Tony. It's true what I'm telling you now. God strike me dead if I die in the seat. It's true. Drops the skip off. They loads it up. I brings it home. Because every skip I brought home. Because I was taking all the good building materials off. They was just chucking away. And then every so often I'd have a little bit of a sell-up. So I was earning all the way round. Anyway, they decided he bought all these reproduction Victorian cast iron gutters and gully pots, the pots on the side of the thing would let the water come down. Anyway, they chucked in about 25 pieces of this new stuff. I took it out the skip and put it against the wall on my own place. So he come up to see me. He was digging around, his yocks was everywhere. So he must have seen this stuff, see. Never said a word. Never said nothing to me. I sends a bill in, 2 or 3 weeks, nothing. 10 grand this bill is. Goes over to his house, he wouldn't come out. His wife come to the door. I'm friendly with his wife now, all his family, because I know them for so long. She said, Dominic don't want to come out, but he's really a bit peeved that you stole his guttering. I said, whoa, before you go any further, what you on about? He said he come up and he saw some guttering beside the shed and that wasn't supposed to be disposed of. I said, right, tell Dominic to hang on there. I goes right down now to Tony, 2 Tonys. I said, now, is this true if I drop down on this spot here now? I said, if I got to fight the two of you right now, I said, I will. I said, because I don't give two Fs for it. But you're coming with me. Where are we going? I said, Dominic's. I didn't tell him what it was for. Gets to Dominic's now. They jumps out. Standing up. I said, come on, mate. Goes down, knocks on the door. Out comes his wife. I said, right. Tony and Tony, who put every bit of material in my skip beside number 4? We did. Did I put any material in that skip whatsoever? No. He said, what's it about? I said, oh, Dominic's reproduction guttering. I said, apparently you've seen it at my place and he thinks I pinched it. Tony and Tony said, no way. He didn't put nothing in that skip. We put that in that skip. He was obviously in there listening to it. So he came out past his missus. He said, I'm sorry, he said. I said, that's too late for that, Dominic. I said, you should be a man and tell me what you thought I'd done. Right? I was narking, so I didn't even mention nothing about nothing else. Took A2 back, they said they were sorry and all this shit and crap. So he answers the phone. He said, I'm sorry, mate. I said, no, sorry, don't do it, Dominic. I said, I want my money. And they're sending me and you. Oh, don't be the guy. I said, yeah, they're sending it. I said, you owe me £10,000. 10,000, whatever it was, odd money. I said, I want it. I'll give you a week to pay me. Week went by, nothing. I goes down on the job now. Tony and Tony is there. We sorted it out. I said, yeah, all sorted, mate. I said, I'm taking the digger for the weekend. Yeah, mate, it's over there. Drops the skip off, roll on, roll off. Drives the digger in, chains her on, picks her up, off I goes. Gets back to Chudley police station, now I pulls in. I said, here's my registration, me lorry up. He's outside with the digger on the back. I said, here's my address. I said, I'm taking that big digger back to my yard until he pays me my money. He said, you can't do that, the Gower said to me, see. I said, well, it's on the lorry, mate. I said, I'm off. I said, if you want to see me, that's my address, look. I said, I want to log it. He said, I'm not logging it. I said, well, I've done what I can. I said, I'm now writing it in my diary. That's what I've done. Goes back to my place now, unloads the digger. 2 or 3 days went by. He rings me up. You got my digger? I said, yep. When you pay me the money, I'll drop the digger back. I won't be doing that, he said. I said, well, do what you want. He said, I'm ringing the police. I said, you do that. You ring him. I said, because I've already told him. Never heard no more. 2 years went by. I still had the digger. I was down Marks and Spencer's, down Torquay. There he was, coming up the aisle towards me. Now, it was pretty packed. He could have turned around and went backwards, I suppose, but I don't think he dicked me. Anyway, when he dicked me, he come straight towards me with his hand. He put his hand out to shake my hand. I'm not shaking your hand, Dominic. He said, you was right to take my digger, he said. I was ignoring the calls. I said, I know I was. That's right. I said, and at the end of the day, mate, you don't do people like me. I said, because we don't put up with it. And he's tried to be friends again since. But I'm afraid that don't work with me. I see him. I speak to him. But he knew where he stood. I took his digger, and I had that digger for 5 years. And that was the end of that. So that's a little story of more recent times. So it's bye-bye from the Romany Rye. I'll catch you next time.